Is Jerry Jeudy on the trading block? This has been heating up for weeks, and it may be very close. We got to talk about it, you guys.
Among the Cleveland Browns, if the Browns were to win this game at home.
Now, welcome to Reese Will Sports Talk. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join the channel where we touch all kind of different sports topics. Now, Jerry Jeudy has had a decent career here in Cleveland. In 2024, he had 90 receptions for about just over 1,200 yards and 4 TDs. And in 2025, this past year, he had 50 receptions for about 600 yards for 2 TDs. Now, he ranks outside the top 50 in the NFL in wide receivers without him being so boisterous on the sideline with Shador. Maybe he would be still in favor, but a lot of people are still, thinking about that. But, we got some articles on the Browns Nation, and it's titled, Analysts Believe Colts has trade interest in Browns wide receiver. Ever since the Cleveland Browns traded away Myles Garrett, the move has been perceived as a potential signal that they are willing to part with even more veterans. Now, moving on from one of the best players in the NFL is being interpreted as the Browns being more interested in the future than the present. So they should be looking to get what they can for anyone who may no longer align with their timeline for serious contention. Most of that is being focused on the defensive side of the ball, with cornerback Denzel Ward the most prominent player mentioned in these trade rumors. I hope they don't get rid of Denzel. And safety Grant Delpit may also be considered as a pending free agent following this season. Now, this is the part that we were looking for. Cleveland's offensive players are rarely mentioned in this scenario, likely because they no longer have many veterans on that side of the ball. However, one older wide receiver is now being mentioned as a possible trade target. Analyst Ian Harsett said he believes the Indianapolis Colts have a trade interest in Browns wideout Jerry Jeudy. Now, this is his tweet he put out. Colts wide receiver trade list: Keyshawn Booth, Rashawn Bateman, and Jerry Jeudy are posted in his tweet as some of the favorites. Now, the Colts could be looking for someone to fill in for wide receiver Alec Pierce, who had surgery on his lingering left ankle injury in March after signing a 4-year, $114 million deal to stay with the team. So they go on about more things, but this is they talk about the move can make a lot of sense for the Browns, who saw Jerry Jeudy's production fall almost in half last season after a career best first year with the team in 2024, following a trade from the Denver Broncos. Parting with him would clear plenty of targets for promising rookies, wide receivers KC Concepcion and Denzel Boston, as well as second-year pro Isaiah Bond and tight end Harold Fannin Jr. Now, that's a lot going on. That article was by Mike McTagliapo. Jerry Jeudy is a former first-round pick, a Pro Bowler, and a guy who literally led the team in receiving not too long ago. So when his name starts popping up in trade talks, you got to ask, why? And I don't think it's just some random noise. There's been talk that the trade could actually happen before the deadline. And when you look at the roster, you can kind of see why people are coming up with these articles and talks. With the Browns drafting new wide receivers like KC Concepcion, Denzel Boston, and they just got younger. They got younger options now, and it may be something financially also. They could even save money by moving him, but here's where, if I was to give some pushback on that, what's been the Browns' biggest problem? Consistency at quarterback. That's been the issue. So why would you take away, what few weapons they already have? And if you trade Jerry Jeudy, you get younger, you get cheaper, and maybe you believe those younger guys, those younger receivers can grow in that role. Plus, if you're not 100% sold on the offense yet, you might be thinking long term instead of right now. So, but here's really the risk nobody's really talking about. What if those guys aren't ready? What if your offense takes a step back? And also, we've seen Jerry Jeudy with Shador at the photo shoot, so they look like they may be cool. So now, you got the NFL insiders with KC Concepcion, talking to him, and we got to take a look at that. And he has some great things to say.
Well, learning every position on the field, especially with that wide receiver group. We know that the Browns have remade that wide receiver room, adding you, drafting Denzel Boston to go with Jerry Jeudy on that front line group. What do you think about this wide receiver group and how quickly you guys can adapt to improve things in that receiver room?
Yeah, I think that this new wide receiver room, it can be dangerous. Everybody complements each other. Everybody is a different, receiver.
It was clear from the first few practices that the media were allowed to watch that they plan to use you all over the field. That's obviously a big lift for a rookie. How comfortable are you with the playbook, and where are you in your own comfort level with this offense?
I'm very, very comfortable. I'm confident. I know what I can do. Playbook wise, the first 2 weeks, I had to, learn it. I had to get used to the speed of the game. But I mean, honestly, now, I'm all ready. I know the playbook, and I'm just ready to play.
Casey, we're talking about the wide receiver group, but of course, one of the big conversations around the Browns is going to be who's the starting quarterback going to be? Is it going to be Shador? Is it going to be Deshaun? From a guy who caught balls from both of them all off season, how do you think that competition has gone?
It's been going amazing. Both of those guys, are amazing people, amazing teammates, amazing quarterbacks. Everybody is fighting, for a spot on the roster. So, it's going to be, intriguing, who comes away with it.
Let me know what you guys think. Do you think the Browns should trade Jerry Jeudy? Been a lot of talk going on. Should we keep the veteran so he can help teach some of these young guys? Are they ready to be the guys? Let me know what you think. Appreciate y'all, man. See y'all in the next video.
Among the Cleveland Browns. If the Browns are to win this game at home.